Everyone keeps talking about seller concessions like it's free money. Like the seller is just gonna come in and pay for everything and you're just getting this amazing deal. But what nobody is really explaining is that you might actually be paying for this just in a different way. And if you don't understand how this works, you could be walking into a deal thinking that you won when in reality you didn't. For those of you who don't know, my name is Kay, giving you the real keys to homeownership so that your first buy is the right one. I break down everything that you need to know about buying a home in a way that actually makes sense so that you don't walk into one of the biggest decisions of your adult life feeling confused or overwhelmed. If you are ready to start your home buying journey, I do offer one-on-one consultations where I'll create a plan based on your goals and your numbers. The link for that is in the description below. But for now, let's break this down because this is where a lot of people get misled. Let's get into it. Now, seller concessions, or you may also hear it called a seller credit, is when the seller agrees to pay for part of your closing costs. This is not money that goes into your pocket or money that you can use however you want, but it is specifically used to reduce the amount of money that you have to bring to the table when you close on that home. There are a lot of people that can afford the monthly payment when buying a home, but one of the largest barriers for a lot of buyers is closing costs, down payments, inspections, appraisals, lender fees, title fees. All of those things can add up very quickly. So when someone hears that the seller will cover those costs, it feels like relief. Let's say you're buying a home for $300,000 and your closing costs are $9,000. You have three options. Option 1, you pay your own closing costs. Option 2, the seller pays and the purchase price stays the same. Now that's a win. And then there's option 3, where the seller has agreed to pay those closing costs, but the purchase price of the home also increases to $309,000. Now for option 3, that would cause your loan amount to be higher as well as your monthly payment. Not because of the concession, but because of how the deal was structured. And concessions don't cost you, but overpaying for a home does. And that's where you have to be careful and pay attention to how your deal is being structured so that those seller concessions or that credit is being used to your benefit. Now, concessions work best when the market gives you leverage. However, if the only way for you to get that credit is if the purchase price has to be increased, which in turn increases your monthly payment, or if it does not appraise and there's a problem, or if your offer is weaker than others, you could potentially lose the home. Another catch to these concessions is that just because a seller agrees to give you a certain amount doesn't mean that you're going to actually be able to use all of it. Loans have limits on seller credits, so if it's too high, it will get reduced or that loan won't be able to close. Some loans also require you as the buyer to bring a certain amount of your own money. In mortgage terms, that's called your minimum required investment. And without you meeting that, the loan won't close. And one of the easiest ways to fix that problem is to reduce the seller credit. So off the top, instead of just being excited if your agent has negotiated you a seller concession or seller credit, will this in any way affect the structure of my loan and in turn cause me to pay a higher monthly payment? I also want you to ask, am I overpaying for this house? And what is the long-term benefit of using that credit? If you're serious about buying and want a plan, I do offer one-on-one consultations, and the link for that is in the description below. If you're still learning, check out these next 2 videos so that when it's your time to buy, you feel confident all the way through the process. Remember, when you know better, you buy smarter. Until next time, see you in the next one.